Good afternoon, everybody. I'm spending time with the Lord this evening. It's quiet in the house, but I wanted to do a reading in. Let me turn this around. I don't know if I can. I'm going to do a reading in the Wisdom of Solomon, and it's out of the Bible, but a lot of people are going to say, "What is Wisdom of Solomon? I've never heard of that." Obviously, here is the books of the Old Testament, which is Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Judges, Joshua, Ruth, Samuel, Chronicles, Kings, all of that stuff. And then all the Old Testament prophets are towards the end. Amos, Obadiah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. But then also, like if you get an older Bible, which is just a reprint of a 1560 Geneva Bible, it'll have the included Apocrypha included in it. So these are the books. I know it's not super great, but you can Google this if you can't read it. But these are the original Apocrypha books of the Geneva Bible, which is 1st, 2nd Ezra, Tobit, Judith, the rest of Esther, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiastes, Baruch, prayer of Azariah, Bel and the Dragon, and 1st and 2nd Maccabees. And then obviously Christians in America are going to be real familiar with all the books of the New Testament. But all these Apocrypha books, I guess in the 1600s, they were removed out of a lot of Bibles. A bunch of scholars had their ways with changing which chapters and which books they included that they wanted printed. And I don't know, the way I look at it is, they're in Bibles for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and all of a sudden, man and his despise wanted to take some things out and make some changes of his own. But I don't know, it's just kind of the age-old thing. If your rulers or governments don't want you to read or see something, that's probably what you need to see or read, because there's probably a lot of truth in it that they don't really want you to know, because that's just how the world works. But I wanted to read from chapter 4 and a little bit of 5, and just talk about it. Chapter 4 of Wisdom of Solomon. Better than this is childlessness with virtue, for in the memory of virtue is immortality, because it is recognized both before God and before men. When it is present, men imitate it, and they long after it when it is departed. And throughout all time it marcheth crowned in triumph, victorious in the strife for the prizes that are undefiled. But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall be of no profit, and with bastard slips they shall not strike deep root, nor shall they establish a sure hold. For even if these put forth burrows and flourish for a season, yet standing unsure they shall be shaken by the wind, and by the violence of winds they shall be rooted out. Their branches shall be broken off before they come to maturity. This is just, if you're not following, this is how God's going to deal with the unrighteous or wicked people on earth. And it says, their branches shall be broken off before they come to maturity, and their fruit shall be useless, never ripe to eat, and fit for nothing. For children unlawfully begotten are witnesses of wickedness against parents when God searcheth them out. But a righteous man, though he die before his time, shall be at rest. and I really like this, for honorable old age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor is it measure given by the number of years, but understanding is gray hairs unto men, and an unspotted life is ripe old age. Being found well pleasing unto God, he was beloved of him, and while living among sinners, he was translated. He was caught away, lest wickedness should change his understanding, or guile deceive his soul. For the bewitching of naughtiness bedeemeth the things which are good, and the giddy whirl of desire perverteth an innocent mind. Being made perfect in a little while, he fulfilled long years, for his soul was pleasing unto the Lord. Therefore hasted he out of the midst of wickedness. But as for the peoples, seeing and understanding not, neither laying this to heart, that grace and mercy are with his chosen, and that he visiteth his holy ones. But a righteous man that is dead shall condemn the ungodly that are living. And a lot of people, like I had actually stop and think about that too, just for a minute. And it's actually the exact same things Jesus Christ said when he was doing his ministry that you can read in Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. But hear this one more time. But a righteous man that is dead shall condemn the ungodly that are living. And that's like what Jesus is talking a lot about with, like to live for the world is enmity against God. And, you know, to die to the lust of the world and lust of the flesh and be born again with Christ is to live, right? So I just love that even, you know, way back in here in the Apocrypha from a Bible that's written in 1560, which was the Wisdom of Solomon was written all the way back from the First Temple era, that the Bible doesn't like miss on its message. It has clarity and it's just uniform throughout, you know. That's how you know like it's divinely inspired by God. But I mean, you really got to think about some of these things sometimes. But anyways, I just love that. I'm going to read it one more time. But a righteous man that is dead shall condemn the ungodly that are living. And I don't know, I just, like when I picture the ungodly that are living, I don't know, there's just certain things that come to my mind. For people that think they're just living it up. Bourbon Street, New Orleans, Las Vegas. You get the picture. People think that they're really making good, fond memories in their life, living for the world, are really ungodly and on the wrong path. Let's keep going. And youth that is quickly perfected the many years of an unrighteous man's old age. For the ungodly shall see a wise man's end, and shall not understand what the Lord purposed concerning him, and for what he safely kept him. They shall see, and they shall despise, but them the Lord shall laugh to scorn. And after this they shall become a dishonored carcass, and a reproach among the dead forever, because he shall dash them speechless to the ground, and shall shake them from the foundations, and they shall lie utterly waste, and they shall be in anguish, and their memory shall perish. They shall come, when their sins are reckoned up, with coward fear, and their lawless deeds shall convict them to their face. I think there's quite a lot of prophecy in all this. I think a lot of what Solomon is talking about is the coming judgment at the end of the age, before Christ comes and sets his kingdom up here on earth. But what I'm going to read next in chapter 5, I really think Solomon was painting or prophesying a future event, obviously, which mockers and scoffers come in these last days, mocking like the rapture and the calling away of souls off the face of the earth to go be with the Lord, while he pours out indignation on the earth, because there is a lot of wickedness that needs to be purged off the earth. And anyways, when you read chapter 5, I guess just place yourself in a mindset of right after the rapture. That's why I wanted to read it, because I feel like we're in this time. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of them that afflicted him." So that righteous man is Jesus Christ. This is talking about him too. "Before the face of them that afflicted him, and them that make his labors of no account." So people that say like Jesus Christ, died on the cross and all that stuff was done in vain, right? It says, "When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the marvel of God's salvation." Because people are going to witness God's salvation firsthand. If they're left here, they're going to see God's people go up. And it says, "They shall say within themselves, repenting, and for distress of the spirit they shall groan. This was he whom aforetime we had in derision, and made a parable of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end without honor. How was he numbered among the sons of God? And how is his lot among the saints? Verily, we went astray from the truth, and the light of righteousness shined not for us, and the sun rose not for us. We took our fill of the paths of lawlessness and destruction, and we journeyed through trackless deserts. But the way of the Lord we knew not. What did our arrogancy profit us? And what good have riches and vanting brought us? Those things all passed away as a shadow, and as a message that runneth by, as a ship passing through the billowy water, whereof, when it was gone by, there is no trace to be found." The people that deny Christ, they're going to mourn and they're going to groan. Quite frankly, they're going to feel really stupid for mocking Christ and mocking his plan of salvation for everybody on the earth, And like I said in the last video, the Lord has no pleasure in death for any souls on this earth, If it, we all have free will on this earth, and God loved us so much to create us and put us here. Obviously, he wants everybody to be redeemed, but it's like my tongue just got snatched away from me. I was going to mention something. I don't know. Maybe the video's over. Like my tongue got snatched right out of my mouth. I guess I'll catch y'all on the next one.